Our Facebook ads for motivated sellers are producing the best leads and the best opportunities that I have seen in a very long time. And in this video, I want to share with you exactly what is happening, what are the changes, and that way you could replicate these if you are doing this yourself, or perhaps if you've been on the fence about doing Facebook ads and you're thinking, should I do it? Should I get out of cold calling? This just might be the push that will get you over the edge. So let's talk about this. Last week, a couple weeks ago, we had a horrible time on Facebook. Facebook shut down pretty much all of our campaigns because it didn't like the questions we were asking on the lead forms. Now, the lead forms, Facebook has a way of collecting. You can choose, instead of having people go to your website, you can have people go to a lead form. And then they collect the information, you collect the information there, and then they stay on Facebook, and then you can get that information sent to you. Well, they're very finicky about the questions you ask. And all of our campaigns were getting disabled and or shut down because of the fact that we were asking for the property address. Now, Facebook doesn't like you asking for the property address. And we got around it by calling it something else, like location. But then what I think happened is that there was an algorithm internally, algorithm change within Facebook last week that created a lot of havoc among a few different industries and situations. Like, there was a couple friends that had big Facebook groups, 50, 60, 70,000 people in a Facebook group, and those Facebook groups got disabled. And they didn't know what it was. Eventually, a week later, Facebook came back and said, oh, our systems got it wrong. Here you go. Here's your group back. So I think the same thing happened here, because a week later, all of a sudden now the same lead forms were being approved with an asterisk, not on every single account. And on the ones that are not getting approved, if all we did was just remove the address, asking the address, then everything was fine. And so the problem is, the address is like the most important thing you can ask of a property owner and a lead, so that you can then go through the process of evaluating that lead and determining if it's viable or not viable. And so then we shifted over to landing pages and redid all of our campaigns. So I'm going to show you some of the changes that have occurred since then, and also some of the key contributors I believe that is increasing our lead quality. Because a lot of times investors complain about lead quality on Facebook. Which, by the way, if you don't know who I am, my name is Cris Chico. I'm considered the godfather of virtual wholesaling. Created that in 2007 and 2008. I'm also a pioneer when it comes to Facebook ads for motivated sellers, TikTok ads, and also Google ads, specifically Google Demand Gen and some of the new campaign types. My goal here is I want to liberate you, that if you are doing cold calling, I want to help you escape from the cold calling penitentiary. I'm going to share with you a message that I got from one of my clients here. I was following up with him today, and I asked him, hey, how are the leads doing? Because last week we had crappy leads, and we had a difficult time getting things going. And he said, he said 3 offers out. One is a property that he got for 110 cash on 3 properties, and he has a buyer in mind for 130. Another one is an ovation deal that he will pick up for 120 to list at 170. And another one is a deal that he got at 55K, and he already has a buyer going out there tomorrow, and the guys already offered him 75K. So he's going to make an easy 20K on that. And he's already got 6 deals that are supposed to be closing this month just from ads, and he hasn't spent that much. By the way, if you're interested in implementing this strategy, we have 3 ways we can help you. One is we can give you all of our SOPs and tutorials and then have you build it yourself. Number 2 is we can actually build it for you, deliver it to you, show you how to run it. Or if you say, Chico, can you just turn this thing on and send me the leads? You run it. I don't want anything to do with this. I just want to close some deals. We can also do that for you as well. Click the link in the description to find out more information. Now let's walk through. Now I got another one here that I got a message from, and I asked him how was the previous, how have things been going? And he said he got 140 leads at about $24 a lead, 8 contracts. Now, not all the contracts, he's doing nationwide, not all the contracts worked out. So 4 are solid, the other 4 he got canceled, 2 are already assigned. And then the city's campaign, and I'll show you what that is. He said generated 2 of those solid contracts, and he's averaging 1 contract for every 15 to 17 leads, which is, we're talking about PPC territory here. When you're talking about 15 leads for a contract, you're talking about PPC, but you're not talking about PPC prices. Let's go through these. This is the first one here. This one here are all the different campaigns that are being run. But if you notice here, this is the number of leads here. You can see the number of leads right here. And you can see here that the cost per lead Varies, but you can see 27, 31, $18, 21, 18. Lots of leads here. All right, now I'm going to walk you through each of these here independently. So this is one client. He's still running lead forms because not every account got affected, which is really was really a pain because there was no rhyme or reason. But this, I always say that there's always a silver lining, because now with this, we understand that we're better off using landing pages, even though this account here is using lead forms. Now, here in this particular account, these are the creatives that were doing well. And there's something very specific about these creatives. And I'm going to go over these in just a second. But right now, let's go to the other one here, and I'll come back and do all the creatives at one time. So I'll give you an example of some of the campaigns we're running now. And the main thing that we're changing two things here. We're changing the creatives in two distinct different ways. The creatives meaning the ads and the images. Those are the main important things when it comes to Facebook ads. And then we're also changing the mechanism by which we collect our information. So if you notice here on this campaign, only one of these is a lead form. The rest of them say LP home, which means it's a landing page campaign. And you can see here the cost. Now this one's a little bit higher, $44, but the rest of them here, $26, $15, and $23. This is equivalent pricing to what you would normally get in a lead form, but you're getting a lead of better quality, because now they're going to a page that they have to then fill in their information. It's not as easy to fill in the information there. So that means you have a higher quality prospect. I'll give you another campaign here. Now this campaign here, here's another one here. Let's see here. This one here is all landing pages, cities, and this has a combination of ads, both the two types of ads that I'm going to show you. And here the cost per lead is $29, $14, $34, and $16, which it's about $20 something per lead. Way acceptable. Equivalent to, contracts. If you're getting 1 out of 15, that's you're on PPC typically paying minimum $2 to $250 per lead. Here you're paying a tenth of that price. Now here's one that I wanted to show you, because this one here is a high budget account, 75, and 36. So we're spending about almost $200 a day. Now, I think there's a couple interesting things with this. You'll notice this is the budget here, $36.50, 75. So the one for $36 is actually doing better in terms of a cost per lead, $16 per lead. This one here is $18 per lead. 16 leads at $18 per lead. The ones at 75 actually have higher cost per lead. So the tip here for you, and this is something that I've experienced over the last couple of months, is that let's say that if you wanted to spend $200 a day, that you're better off taking that and spreading that across several campaigns, and having all those individual budgets add up to that main dollar amount, and having one campaign that you're betting everything on. Now, the other thing is with these is, you may not know what this means, but we put like a target CPA, which is we put a limiter on for Facebook to say, hey, no more than this price per lead. But that didn't make a difference. So the lesson learned here is we're better off having 5 of these $36 campaigns or running simultaneously to get the same cost per, they get better cost per lead and better throughput. And also, most importantly, if you have everything on one campaign and the campaign craps out, then that's it. You've lost everything. Versus if you have multiple campaigns going, if one campaign takes a crap or you have to shut it down and rebuild another one, then you still have leads coming in. Now, in this, there's a couple of nuances here that I want to explain to you. Now, in this campaign here, it's still using lead forms. However, a lot of the leads are being driven by these type of creatives. You'll notice here, there's a particular numerical assigned to it, and that's how we keep track internally of the images. If you're one of our clients, right now, you can actually go into the folder in your membership area and go find these and use those. So NPB 009, 07, 11, 8, and 10. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I know those by heart now. Now, what's the difference with these? Well, these are terribly ugly, full of text images. And the key thing is this. With these images, we are telling the property owner, listen, if you're looking for full retail value, we are not your people. We do not want to talk to you. So we are pushing people away, which will slightly increase the cost per lead, but not by much if done correctly, but will increase the quality of the lead. I used to do a lot of, vague, hey, we buy houses. Like, for example, the ultimate one would be like we had a billboard that said, we're looking for houses, and that would get a lot of hits, but not the best prospects. Here, we're getting higher quality prospects because we are really fine tuning our messaging to make sure that we're getting prospects that really want to sell their property to an investor. So the main thing on this one is a better creative. So even if you're using lead forms, if all you did was change your creative to be more qualifying, that would increase your results. Now here we did a couple of things with these campaigns. Number one is that now we're no longer running lead forms at all. Everyone is going to an external landing page. And here's the thing. A lot of people would argue and say, hey, Facebook wants those people to stay on your platform. So lead forms are better. I used to think that way too. The thing is that if you think about almost every single advertiser on Facebook, they're not using lead forms. The majority of them are sending people to an external landing page. And Facebook makes their money with advertising. And so those people's ads get shown all day long. And so it doesn't make any sense. The argument doesn't make any sense. Also, the other thing I've heard from other people is that Facebook tends to give you the same prospects that you tell it to. Meaning that if you put a lead form as your main collection device, then Facebook is going to give you people that are predisposed and more frequently are filling out lead forms. And generally, lead forms across the board, you talk to any lead generation buyer, they're going to tell you that lead forms produce the lowest quality leads compared to a landing page. Now, if you send people to a landing page, you got to make sure that it's a converting landing page, because if it's not converting, and I've seen a lot of websites from clients that come to us and they say, hey, Chico, can you help me? Can I use this website? And I say, hell no, you're not going to ever get a lead with that website. So the website has to be done correctly. This is our landing page. It's a landing page that is a very simple landing page, has some very specific elements on the landing page that are designed for conversion. And it's designed for one thing and one thing only, is that we want them to click on the button. They click on the button, the form pops up, they input their information. We don't want to send them down any rabbit holes. In addition to that, the page has to load really, really quickly, because you and I are used to dealing with high, Wi-Fi that's really, really fast. But a lot of these people are going on their device and they don't have that great of a speed. And so if your website loads very slowly, then they're just going to tap out and leave, and you're not going to get the lead. So again, components of this are converting landing page and also speed, which, by the way, if you're interested, we can build this out for you. Now, here is what we're doing. On these campaigns, we have some of them that are using these creatives here. However, we have a new set of creatives that we're testing and we're doing really great at. And these creatives are very specific. These are AI generated images. You can kind of tell what they are, but I don't want to reveal too much. And we generated these images, and they're doing better than your conventional type of images. In addition to that, we have videos that we've created, not talking head videos where you see typically on Facebook, where you hire people on Fiverr, but these are videos done through AI, but that definitely look a lot different on the feed than most other videos. You could, like, this one here is actually a Pixar type of video. Like, you would think nobody's gonna submit a form with that video. It's childish, but no, we're getting tons of leads. We're getting tons of leads with this video, and we have different versions of it: old people, young people, all nationalities, etc. And these the same as well. And these are just a sampling of them. We have a ton of them that we've created. So again, if you are in the members area, you can definitely access those in the course that says Add Creatives. But bottom line is that you have to change. If you're working with an agency and they are running the same ads they've always run for the last 2 years, they're just not going to get the same results. If you're running lead forms, it's time to get off of lead forms. It's time to go to that next level, because here's the thing. What we're setting ourselves up for is the other platforms. Because once you have an established landing page, then at that point, now you take that landing page to the next platform, TikTok ads. You take that platform to the next platform, being Google, and not Google search, because Google search is slowly dying. But I'm talking about demand gen campaigns, which then show on YouTube and on the Shorts feed, and that's and other placements throughout Google. But they require a landing page, and unless you have a converting landing page, you're never going to make those campaigns work. So what we're talking about is setting up a system that not only fixes our problem now with Facebook and increases the lead quality, gets us better results, but then now sets us up for the future. Now I've got a video that is a deeper dive into all the components of how to make the system work. So go ahead and click on it. It's right up here. Click on that video. And then that way you can dig even deeper and see if in fact this just might be the solution you've been looking for to do more deals and get more motivated sellers.